Hey everyone, Rascal here.
And Mama, welcome to day 3 of our Disney Princess Week podcast.
Today we're looking at the first princess movie from Pixar, Brave.
Determined to make her own path in life, Princess Merida defies a custom that brings chaos to her kingdom. Granted one wish, Merida must rely on her bravery and her archery skills to undo a beastly curse.
Mm-hmm.
Beastly.
Yeah, beastly. We get it. Another Disney. But yes, this was actually much different from the other Disney movies because one, it was by Pixar, and Pixar had its own feel before Disney got it.
Oh yes, we had a long talk about Pixar a few days ago.
Yeah.
And I told you quite a few things that for once you weren't aware of.
Right. And this, of course, she is part of the Disney Princess lineup. It just was a little odd at first because this was the first Scottish princess. It was a whole different feel from the other movies. And then the point was, not to make her just like every other princess or similar personality. And they did a lot of firsts for this movie as well, which would lead to a lot of new changes to future princess movies.
Well, technically it was produced and created by Pixar and released by Walt Disney Pictures.
Okay.
But yeah, it was a great movie, and it doesn't seem like it came out 2012. It seems like it just was out a short time ago. But no, it hasn't been a short time. It's 7 years ago now.
Yeah.
And like other movies, this is one of those movies I really was hoping for a sequel or even a prequel, but for some reason Disney hasn't done it.
Yeah, we will be getting to that in a minute once we finish going over the movie. But there have been talks and people really thought there was going to be a sequel to the movie.
There should have been. There really should have been.
And we have more voice acting talent featured in here, like Emma Thompson as the Queen.
Billy Connolly, who's a great, who now has become a great actor in his own right, but before he was a great actor of parts. He was a parts actor, like a co-actor.
Okay.
So he was not a leading actor, which he is now, and he should have been a long time ago.
Okay. And we had Kelly MacDonald, is that her name?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
As Merida.
As Merida, and Julie Walters as the witch,
and John Ratzenberger.
Oh my gosh, as the guards. Yeah, that was hilarious. Craig Ferguson.
Who's hilarious. I love Craig Ferguson.
Yeah. So, yeah, they had quite a bit of talent in here as well, and all of them play their parts very, very well.
And they got Scottish actors.
Yes. Right. And the story itself, like I said, was actually pretty dark. And it was done in the style like Brothers Grimm story, only without the Disney lightheartedness in it. It had lighthearted moments, but it still has sort of its own feel to it, almost like you were watching like How to Train Your Dragon, which I've seen people do lots of crossovers with Brave. It had its own setting and its own feel. It didn't feel like a standard Disney princess movie.
Right. And from what I understood, it was their first fairy tale movie that they'd ever done.
Yeah.
So they did it was a great job in terms of being first. It's memorable. It was
beautifully animated,
iconic,
and
well-voiced, great storyline,
and just like really great. I also had a little bit of action in it too, because with Merida, she's very adventurous and she does not want to be betrothed to anybody. She would rather,
and if so, she wanted to choose.
Right.
Because the guy she had to choose from,
it was
girl,
like,
I don't blame you.
It was like, is that the best you have? Are you sure? Is that the same one the other guy? No, this is it. Like, no wonder.
Was old enough to be her grandfather.
I was like, oh my God.
And on top of that, it was definitely a critical and financial box office smash.
Yeah.
It took $185 million to make.
Yeah.
But as last year, it had grossed over 500. Well, actually, I'm sorry. Box office grossing was over 540 million, and it grossed more and more just on rentals.
Yeah.
And purchases as well.
Yeah, exactly. And the story itself, like I said, it's mostly a mother-daughter relationship movie.
And there were two parents.
Right.
And brothers. And I was so happy that there was a family in this movie.
Right. Right. They didn't kill off a parent like this, the standard Disney thing, which we don't understand to this day. But, yes, they had the whole family. Parents were alive and well, and they both had their own personalities. They weren't just, like, cookie cutter parents or anything. Both had very strong personalities, and of how they ran the kingdom and how they took care of their daughter. And which the tradition, which kind of starts the conflict of the movie between Merida and her mother, and which results in the beastly curse that we mentioned. And that was actually, after that part, it actually gets a little more silly for a part of the time. But the movie sort of has its own little lore, where it was this giant bear that was supposed to be some cursed prince, I think. Is that what they said? It was sort of like a nod to Beauty and the Beast. And he didn't get to rule over the kingdom he wanted, so he was out destroying things. And he was turned into an actual monster. And there were rumors that he was still around somewhere in the countryside. And it really does come up as the movie gets near the climax.
I think what was great in this movie also is that you saw love between the characters.
Yeah.
You saw that her dad adored her mom.
Mm-hmm.
He loved his kids. You learned the mom really loved the daughter.
Yes.
What she went through to save her. And the daughter learned how much her mom loved her, because truly she didn't think she did because of the choices they were forcing her to make.
Right.
And then you saw that she loved her brothers.
Yeah.
And she went to save them. So there was so much love in this family. And I really, really like that aspect of the movie.
Me too. And that's always a great thing when Disney has that and changes up their usual storytelling pattern. And also, after when the mom gets turned into the bear, she has to run because the whole kingdom sort of has this hatred for bears because of what happened with the dad.
Right.
He lost his leg to a bear fighting one. So when she turned into one, there's actually a lot of comedic moments where the mom, she can't talk to her, so she has to communicate through like different sign language and stuff and movements and stuff. But she still acted like a lady.
Oh, that was
she
so
tried to put on her dresses. She kept on her dress, but she said, "I am still a queen," and she took her crown in pride, and she still tried to walk on her back paws and insulted her teacher. And she always had this thing. She said, "No weapons on the table." Well, she couldn't tell her that, so she was like, and she threw like the weapons off the table, and it was really hilarious.
Yes.
They still managed to keep the serious tone where they had to undo it because she was actually starting to act like a bear after some
the longer
time.
she stayed a bear, it would be a reversal.
Right. But she still, in the end, they learned to understand each other.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't just misunderstand her daughter at some points, but like you said, Mary realized that she does love her and cares about her. Even she wants her to follow these rules, and she just has her best interest at heart.
And then she also learned, the mom, that it was a good thing for her to have a choice of how she wanted her life to proceed.
Right.
And that all came about because of both of their experiences in the movie.
Exactly. And that's probably one of our favorite Pixar movies because it was, like I said, so different from what Disney has, and they started doing lots of different formulas and stuff instead of doing the same standard, where they started making fun of their own formulas after doing it for so many years. Only thing was, when they first had it out in the teaser, they made it look like a kind of a different movie, like she was hunting a bear. Like, you have to be brave or face your fears or something. They still had that in this movie, but it seemed like a whole different concept from the teaser and the trailer, and there were some parts that were even taken out of the movie. But still, even from that, we still like the final product.
And she was absolutely a gorgeous, beautiful character. And I really like that Disney has such beautiful diversity in their princesses now.
Yeah.
They all look totally different, and each and every one is absolutely beautiful inside and out. And I do love that about Disney, and they are the only franchise who has succeeded in doing that and sticking to making it a priority. So kudos, Disney.
Yes.
Great work, and we're looking forward to more Disney princesses that will be joining the realm.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you were asking about a sequel. Well, so far they haven't really said anything, but the most we have a publication from the Scotsman. Yes, that's the name of the paper. And they asked the director Mark Andrews about possibility of a sequel. He said, "I don't know if there will be another one. We never made a film at Pixar to have a sequel, at least until Incredibles 2 and Finding Dory. It is always nice when you do, and we kind of have a philosophy that we find the right story, then we will. Surely the marketing success of Brave says that you can have, and they will come." So
We're
it's
just
been
don't wait 12 years.
Yeah,
to
because
make the sequel.
so
You've already gone 7 years.
yeah, so far we've gotten a sequel to Finding Nemo, we've gotten a sequel to Incredibles, so there could be a possibility to get a sequel to Brave
Let's hope
and have
so.
a just as action-packed and touching story as the first one.
Now, if you love this movie as much as we did, let us know in the comments below your favorite moments, your favorite characters as usual, and are you looking forward to or hoping for a Brave sequel? I almost said Merida. A Brave sequel.
Might as well say that too. So, thank you so much for watching, and tune in tomorrow for our next Disney Princess podcast. I'm Masculine Entertainment.
And I'm Mom Entertainment.
Have a toontastic day.
Peace.
And reporters sitting flashing lights, trying to walk around, man, who the hell are you? What you wanna do? Well, man, it's on you. Man, it's on you. But her in my dreams, she was my queen. A castle in the mountaintops, rivers and streams. Plucking sunlight from the sky in my pocket, give it to you later